Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this one, we wanted to talk to you about being true to yourself and your message when you are putting content out there. And the reason we want to talk about this is basically because a lot of people kind of get caught in the weeds when it comes to explaining what they want to convey. And what I mean by that is that they try to cover all possible bases that someone could interpret their message. And
yeah, Twitter's really bad for this. People, because the character count is smaller, right?
Yep.
And so people will come in and be like, well, you didn't think of this, this, and this.
Yeah. And if you did think of every possible piece of context for whatever you're trying to say, your message would ultimately become convoluted, diluted, and just lose its meaning and its impact. So what we're basically encouraging you to do is get an idea in your head, say as much as you need to get that idea across, and just acknowledge that people are going to interpret that message through their own specific lived experiences. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Infinite ways that people will misinterpret you.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you are getting worked up over the comment section and losing your shit, it's because you don't have a strong sense of self.
Yeah.
Like there's a little doubt in your message. Yep. And so that's why you're arguing with people, because you're trying to prove it to yourself. Like you're not really trying to prove it to anyone else. Like,
yeah, exactly. Right.
I know you think you are, but you're not.
Yeah. And that's, a tangent point, though, equally important to understand is that you put a message out there and it will be received by those who are open to receiving it. You cannot force it on anyone. And there are going to be a lot of people that put up barriers against receiving whatever it is you have to say. And, there's a lot of reasons why they might have those barriers. Who cares, right? The people that
to hear your message will hear your message.
Exactly.
They'll be in a place in their evolution that is perfect.
Yeah. Yep. And a very generic example of this is like, let's say you put out a message with something related to like fat loss. Okay. There's going to be people in there, well, I tried that and it didn't work. And it's like, okay, and maybe you talk to them about, well, what did work? And, let's go down that avenue. But at the same time, you'll have somebody who's like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I needed to hear right now. This is,
it's their game changer.
Yeah, it's their game changer. And suddenly, they have just been moved forward into the next stage of their evolution with regard to like their body composition. So again, some people are open to receiving it, others aren't. Millions of reasons why that's the case.
I often have clients too. This is like besides the whole social media like message kind of thing. I'll have clients that think they're disappointing me or upsetting me because they're not like they didn't grasp what I said or they didn't implement it. And I'm like, I have no attachment. Like my job is to guide you. This was a question in my story today too. My job is to guide you. It's not to fix you.
Yeah.
I don't have any illusions about being able to control people.
Yeah.
So.
Well, another example with you in particular is that she'll get a lot of people who are very defensive against what she's saying, who come back sometimes, months later, like 6 to 12 months later, even, who will be like, you were right. Because, at the time they weren't open to receiving her message, but as their life continued to unfold, circumstance had them thinking about things. They came back to it and they were like, I see what you were trying to say now. And that won't happen to everyone either. But, it is, again, it emphasizes the point. You have a message to put out there. That's all you have to do. Put it out there, right?
And a lot of people are like, well, I don't have a message to put out there. Yes, you do. Our purpose on Earth is to guide the people that are 2 steps behind us.
Yeah, exactly. In this case, guiding Lux away from the pretty earrings. But I think that's all that we really wanted to say.
Everyone is in service to other humans.
Yeah.
So you just can't force your message on other people on social media, with clients, at work, with your family, with your friends. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So well said, babe. And I think that's the essence of what we want to communicate here.
Yeah.
So hopefully you found that helpful. Hopefully it helps you stay true to yourself. And if it did, then please give this video a like, share it around with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks, everyone.
bye. Goodness.